All right, let's jump right into this. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're basically going to completely transform how you play GTA Online. If you've ever logged into Los Santos and felt like building actual wealth is just this frustrating, never-ending grind, well, you're absolutely in the right place. We're going to tear down those bad habits that are keeping you broke and lay out a highly efficient, foolproof strategy to build a literal financial empire from scratch.
So, you want millions without wasting hours of your life? It's the ultimate dream, right? I mean, we've all been there, grinding random, low-paying missions and feeling like we're just spinning our tires. But what we're exploring today is a totally realistic, solo-friendly strategy to build massive wealth. No relying on unpredictable random players, and definitely no wasting time. Just pure, calculated efficiency.
And honestly, it all hinges on this one absolute golden rule. Make money, use it to buy a better moneymaker, and then make even more money. You've got to drop the consumer mindset. Seriously, stop thinking like a player who just wants to flex and start thinking like a ruthless investor. Every single dollar you make in the early game needs to serve a purpose. It's got to work for you.
Here is the exact 5-step roadmap we'll be following today. 1. Stop wasting your money. 2. Start your active income. 3. Unlock the big payouts. 4. Build the money loop. And 5. The final wealth formula.
Okay, starting right off with step 1, stop wasting your money.
Let's look at the classic divide here. You've got the broke player who scrapes together their first million and immediately blows the whole thing on a flashy supercar. Sure, it looks amazing, but it literally doesn't generate a single dime back. The rich player, on the other hand, takes that same exact million and buys an asset, a business that actively increases their earning potential. It takes some real discipline, but making this pivot is absolutely crucial.
So you have to avoid these 5 massive mistakes. Number 1, buying those expensive cars way too early. Number 2, blindly buying businesses without having any clue what their return on investment is. Number 3, completely ignoring Rockstar's weekly events, which is basically just leaving free money sitting on the table. Number 4, stubbornly grinding low-paying activities just because you're used to them. And number 5, spending your hard-earned profits on toys instead of reinvesting them back into your empire.
Let's put a real number on that last mistake just to put it into perspective. Imagine you grind for days and hit $2 million. Amazing feeling, right? But then you immediately drop $1.8 million on a brand new sports car. You might feel like a boss driving it around, but mathematically, you are not rich. You're just temporarily holding on to 200 grand. Your net worth just tanked, and your ability to earn hasn't grown one bit.
All right, moving right along to step 2, start your active income. If you're starting with barely any cash, here is your exact early game action plan. First, dive straight into the first dose missions. Completing these is absolutely vital because it organically unlocks the Brigade's 6x6. Once you've got your hands on that heavy vehicle, you take step 3, activating the acid lab right in the back of it.
Now, getting the equipment upgrade for that acid lab is going to run you about $750,000. And I know, that sounds like a massive chunk of change for a new player. But listen, this is the very definition of a smart purchase. That upgrade significantly improves the business. And the absolute best part? It produces passively. You start the production and then you just leave. You go do other profitable things while the $750,000 investment basically pays for itself in the background.
And while that acid lab is busy cooking, what's your next move? Well, you follow the money. Always check Rockstar's weekly bonuses. If they're paying double, triple, or even quadruple cash on a specific mode or mission set, guess what? That activity temporarily becomes the absolute most valuable thing you can do. Don't just mindlessly grind the same old missions out of habit. Rotate your grind based on whatever those multipliers are.
Which brings us to step 3, unlock the big payouts.
Every single thing you've done so far, all the saving, all the early grinding, is building up to one monumental purchase, the Kasatka. This is a purchasable submarine, and it's basically the pivot point of your entire financial journey in GTA Online. Why? Because owning the Kasatka unlocks the Cayo Perico heist. And let me be totally clear here. Cayo Perico remains the single strongest, most efficient, repeatable solo money-making option in the entire game, period.
Just think about the difference we're talking about here. The old grind was all about scraping by, slowly making hundreds of thousands of dollars over these long, grueling sessions. But with Cayo Perico, you are completely throwing gas on the fire. You're stepping into the big leagues now, working toward million-dollar sessions. It completely rewires your perspective on what a successful hour of gameplay actually looks like.
Now we're getting to the good stuff. Step 4, build the money loop.
This right here is the whole shebang.
Numani loop. You do not just grind one single activity until your brain goes numb. No, you stagger them. You run Cayo Perico for that massive active payout. Then, while the cooldown timer for the heist is ticking away, you go sell your Acid Lab stock. While that's resupplying, you knock out a few agency contracts or VIP work. Finally, you sweep through and collect your passive safe income. By the time you're done doing all that, Cayo Perico is ready to run again. It's like a well-oiled machine where you're literally always making money.
To put it all into perspective, here is a quick look at how your timeline should flow. In the early game, you focus entirely on making your active income strong. In the mid-game, that's when you start stacking up those passive businesses. And finally, in the late game, you tie it all together into a full, self-sustaining income ecosystem. You really have to follow this chronological order, or you're just going to overwhelm yourself and burn out. Actually, a quick warning on that front while we're talking about businesses. You know how everyone talks about the nightclub being this incredible passive earner? Well, it is, but it is absolutely not your best first purchase. A nightclub only becomes truly valuable once you already own other businesses, like a bunker or the motorcycle club spots, to actually feed its warehouse system. If you buy a nightclub on day one, you're basically just buying a really expensive empty room. Purchase order definitely matters. And finally, let's wrap this up with step 5, the final wealth formula.
If you're going to screenshot any part of this explainer, right now is the time. This is the entire strategy distilled down into 6 simple steps. 1. Build your initial bankroll without buying useless cars. 2. Get that Acid Lab going and keep it running in the background. 3. Save absolutely every penny until you buy the Kasatka. 4. Master Cayo Perico. Make it your main income engine. 5. Gradually add passive businesses to build your overall ecosystem. And 6. Always rotate your playtime into Rockstar's boosted weekly activities.
Before we head out, I want to leave you with one final, absolutely crucial thought. Don't flex your money until your money starts making money. You don't need to own every single property in Los Santos to be rich. You just need a system. Make money, reinvest it, build another income stream, and repeat the process. So, taking a hard look at your current Maze Bank account right now, what is the very first asset